Man, I know we took a break between the last one and now, but man, we're going to get back into it after a couple games are in the back pocket, as well as a European match. Welcome back to If You Make the History, and take a look at Celtics' quest for 10 in a row going through the 2020-2021 season. Now, we're recording this on Friday morning, the 25th of September. This is on the backs of Celtic winning at Riga last night as they move on to the playoff round of the Europa League. Now, wasn't always pretty. Mohamed El-Anusi has to come off the bench to grab the late winner in the 90th minute or so on the road, but a win is a win, and you're just trying to survive at this point and get to those rounds and get to that money. Now, the Scottish League went 2 for 4 in this regard. Celtic gets their 1-0 win. Rangers with a 4-0 win. Really impressive performance there. Aberdeen falls to Sporting in Lisbon, 1-0. Tough result for an Aberdeen team that's also selling a defender right now, heading south, $3 million. But like a lot of these clubs, to digress a bit on Aberdeen, I don't hate the deal. It's $3 million. It's not going to get reinvested right now because with the way things are, man, you're just trying to survive, and they're going to want to survive. And more power to him, because I think McKenna can make more money down the road, and there should be a sell-on coming back to Aberdeen. Now, I'm not sure they're going to get like the 40% sell-on that PSG allegedly has with Olsen Edouard, but a little bit more money coming down the road is not going to be a bad thing for them. And then Motherwell loses in their Europa League quests as well. So it's still the old firm in Europa League, similar as it was last year. Now, Celtic, for the next round, they're going to have to get through Sarajevo. And Sarajevo just got a match moved. They were supposed to play Monday ahead of the match next Thursday. That match has been postponed. They're going to have a lot of time to rest before they host Celtic. Celtic has to play Sunday, I believe, against Ross County. Not looking at the schedule in front of me right now, but they should have to play Sunday against Ross County and then make the trip over to Sarajevo for a chance to get in the group stages. And then at this point, you're hoping for a repeat of last year. You've already, kind of shot your own foot off with the Champions League with your performance at home. It was a better performance on the road. You can argue they should have gotten a goal before then. Neil Lennon praised the team. You can also look at it as a way of, it wasn't perfect, and sometimes you want a little bit more out of this team. You're wondering why Jeremy Frimpong doesn't start it right back all the time, because I know I'm wondering why Jeremy Frimpong doesn't start it right back all the time. The explosiveness he gives you there is such a fun thing to watch. As far as the transfer window goes for Celtic as they sit right now, it's getting kind of a will he, won't he, but it looks like Tom Rogic, the Wizard of Oz, is going to stay for right now. He was linked to a move to the Middle East. It looked like that move was going to go, and now it looks like financials may have broken down between the player and the club. So Rogic back in the team is still one of my favorite 10s to watch, who can only play 70 minutes a game, but is still capable of going out there and giving you some depth to this midfield that, this Europa League tie coming up with Sarajevo is going to be huge for this whole year, because you're looking at a situation now where if this doesn't come off, I'm not shocked if guys start, that door opens up and guys start looking out that door to see what's available to Christoph Ayer and Olsen Edouard, Olivier Ncham, if they start, Callum McGregor, even if they start looking and saying, I need to start seeing where I can go if there's not going to be European football in the East and the Glasgow this year. So that's going to be a really big matchup. We'll have a quick hit on that before that game, and then we'll try to do a quick reaction right after that game as well. As it stands, since the last time we talked, Shane Duffy is up in Glasgow just knocking in headers left and right. Once again, Celtic has 3 center backs right now playing with that 3-5-2 look that they've played a couple times. Still a little nervy with only one of them in Ayer being that guy who can really drive forward and consistently carry the ball into the attack the way you really want him to, because you're not going to ask Duffy to do that. You're not really going to ask You're not going to ask Christopher Julian to do that too often. Shane Duffy does give you an upgrade over Julian, though. In terms of just that raw strength, we've seen Julian get pushed off the ball a couple times on those long 1v1s. And if Duffy's going to sit deep and kind of play in that sweeper role, I'm cool with that, because if he can sit a little bit deeper, negate the speed disadvantage he may have with some of these younger, faster strikers, he can certainly use his size and his intelligence to kind of calm things down. More set piece weapons for Celtic on the offensive and defensive side as well, to kind of minimize the threats they'll face off set pieces, which is always a fear with a team that's going to be playing a lot of clubs throughout Scotland. They're going to be sitting deeper, trying to hit you on the counter and trying to get those set pieces. Having another body in there who can contribute in the air is a nice addition to have. As far as other rumors, we've got Alex Collado out of Barcelona, allegedly linked to Celtic. Still waiting to see how that goes. The 21-year-old winger's been playing for Barcelona B. Looks like he's not necessarily in the plans for Barcelona, which God only knows what the plans are for Barcelona. It's kind of a mess. You have a president in Barcelona who has decided, I'm not going to be the guy who lost Messi. So instead, I'm going to be the guy who pokes holes in the ship as I'm leaving the ship, because once Messi's gone for nothing, Barcelona is going to have some problems unless they get real creative real quick. Collado would be an interesting get for Celtic to add to this team, as they get ready to take a shot here at 10 in a row, and we'll see if anyone else is in or out by the time the window starts closing. Also, Edouard had been, maligned a bit in the press for, not playing in the last league game. And, there was questions about whether or not he's up for it all, if he's mentally in the right situation. And it's hard to say, especially from across the Atlantic Ocean. It is hard to sit here and watch games, read articles without watching practice, without watching it in person, and sit here and tell you whether or not he is or isn't. But, we're just going to have to see. I think he, looking at it from this far away, I think he's professional enough that even if he is eyeing a trip out, that he's going to give you what he can until then, which would be a shame, because I think you're looking at a really interesting partnership right now with Ayeti and Edouard up top. Lee Griffiths is still sitting off in the wings, not really sure what his long-term prognosis is going to be with this team, and Klimala really, I think, is still acclimating a bit. I had some really big Teemu Pukki vibes off of Klimala when they talked in the summer. They're like, hey, he's not big enough. He's not strong enough to do this. I got some vibes off of that of, this guy's gonna need to eat some meat and potatoes. But it sounds like he has put in the work to do so, and has found himself on the end of a couple goals. So hopefully that will continue for him. We'll take another look coming up this weekend before the game Sunday, and then again, as we said, before and after the Sarajevo game, whether or not Celtic plays in Europe, and we'll take a look at how everything might shake out for the rest of the transfer window. As it stands right now, we look at the table. Scotland sitting in second place on the table, as they are a 1 point behind Rangers as it stands. But Rangers does have that game in hand, so Celtic goes out there, gets a point, gets a draw even, and they're even on the table. They go out there and get a win. That Rangers draw in the middle of the week just was a gut punch for them. It will not be easy for Celtic as schedule congestion continues to pick up, and that's the thing around the world is you're asking a lot of the depth of your squad. We'll see if they are able to continue on that road to continue to produce. So that's all for this quick hit right now. We'll catch back up before the game Sunday. Anything breaks on the transfer side, we'll catch back up as well.